before we even get into this video, I want to say thank you so much to you guys who have liked my videos, subscribed to the channel, and supported me along on my little journey here. I really appreciate you guys. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at my buddy Manny. He is running the same course that I've run all three of my trucks through, and we're going to see how he does. Manny is one of the best drivers here in Utah, I would say. He runs in competitions all the time and is constantly placing like top 5. So he's a friend from high school, and then I just happened to find out that he does RC too and is really good at it. So every time I go out with him and drive around, I try to learn from him so that I can become a better driver. And so today I want to take you guys along on this course. We'll look at what he did, and I'll try to point out, he goes through this course pretty quick. So I'll try and keep up with some commentary as to what he did differently and what's good, what's bad, whatever. So in this course, he just walked through it with me as I set the cones down, and then he started. So he wasn't fully like going comp status on this. It was kind of just messing around. And so you'll see some of that during the course of this video, but yeah, let's check it out. All right, so before we jump into Manny's, just a recap. The Capra scored a 36, the 10-2 got a 31, and the Gen 7 Pro had a 56. Let's see how Manny does.
I don't know how you get up there.
So right here, he's already taking a different approach than me. I think his skid plate clearance is really making a big difference right there. He's able to just get that hook right over the edge of that and drive on through super easy. And I think that's just his LCG chassis, that low range chassis, making a big difference right there. And he knows how it works. So right here, he lines it up. This one's not too hard of a line, and so really, if you know how to climb a V-notch, that's going to be cake for you. So he makes it through there, no problem.
And this is your next one. It's
Just telling him where to go. So he flips around. The turning radius on his truck is really good, really impressive. Dude, the turning angle on that thing is crazy. He's taking an interesting approach here. He kind of swung wide and is then hitting this gate further to the right, which is not how I did it, as you saw in all of my videos. So let's see how he does it. Trying to do a little bump there. Wasn't able to get the grab, so he ends up having to take reverse to avoid crashing. The wiggle he's doing there is to try and settle that driver's side front, but unsuccessfully, so it takes another small backup there and then gives it a little bit of a bump and is able to pull that off.
Then
not too shabby. He's got a BEC connected, and I can't believe the difference it's like super fast. So he turtles there, has to roll it over, and then we are on to the next line. So as I looked at this, as he was approaching, I was like, oh, that seems way too tight. So I double checked my marks and it was right. So on he goes. This one here is just a little bit, it's a decent side hill. If you don't start high, then you'll hit the cone. So you can see he starts up way up there and is able to, by taking it slow, He's able to just squeak by that top cone.
Oh, nice.
And some good use
Down
of
this.
the throttle right there. That's something I've noticed watching Manny drive. He has a really good eye for when to accelerate and when to take it slow. I tend to go slow more often than not, and it can get me into trouble where he'll use his throttle to get through things. So right here,
And then
unfortunately dropped his tire right down onto that
all your
gate.
battery's hanging out.
And as a result, battery
You're
falls
bleeding.
out. So let's get to stop and fix that real quick.
I'll just keep going if it was
We just drag it along
Yeah.
with you.
It was an actual thing.
All right, so you heard him there. He would have just drug it along if it was a real comp. So we're not going to give him any mechanical points there. Honestly, I think
Nice,
there's a
and
couple of
that's
these that if it was true competition fashion, he probably
This is where I
would
broke
have
my capro the first
taken
time.
some other
My
maneuvers
3D
instead
printed
of
skid plate.
taking the backups that he has or whatever. But we're just out here having fun. This was a crazy line to me. Just taking it on, no reverse, driving straight down it. So what he did really smart here is he went far to that one side. So it seemed like the more
That's
aggressive,
impressive. And then you can cut through
downhill,
the arch right here.
but he anticipated sloughing off to towards that bottom cone. So by staying high on the one
And
side
up
and
right
taking
here.
kind of a steeper drop, it actually ended up working out for him to where he avoided the cone once his front did drop off the edge. So really good there. That line, I kind of took it
Go off that?
after when I was just messing around, and it worked out. So that's definitely the way to do it as opposed to what I did. So this one,
It ain't as bad as it looks. It looks intimidating,
hitting
but
that
it's
obstacle
not
and
bad.
got right up. It's
And then
he's
up
just
and
got a
up.
good act for finding the lines. And then this one, really, unless you're not paying attention, you're not going to hit that cone. And this final gate, you just got to keep high there like he does. He cheats up towards that top cone and then pulls over and then turns out
Nice.
uphill to avoid hitting it on the back end. So all in all, Manny killed it here. He got a good run. Let's add up the scores and see how we did.